we're celebrating, although it's not the appearance of Lord Chaitanya today, we're celebrating the appearance of Lord Chaitanya because many of the visitors work during the week and it'd be difficult for them to attend on a weekday. The actual appearance day of Lord Chaitanya is on Tuesday, and it would be his 537 years since Lord Chaitanya appeared. It was 1486, because I remember in 1986 we celebrated the 500th. So there's some nice bhajans by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, which I thought we could sing and us. And these two bhajans is Arunodaya Kirtan, part 1 and 2. And they describe the Lord's purpose for coming, his mission, his compassionate nature. And it gives us a good idea of who Lord Chaitanya is and what his purpose for coming is. So we could do part 1 first. This Udilo Arunapura Babagi. You have that? So just while Ashish is getting that organised, then we had a kirtan from Ishan and Pip and Mangala Vaishnava. Don't know if you did your kirtans, that's on the bit of paper anyway. And I talked Shri Krishna Pura there. So I'll just give an introductory talk, and followed by, there's a drama by some of the children, Nimai's childhood pastimes. And then Pip is going to sing a bhajan, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Doya Koramori. He's not doing that one. Okay. And then Haridarshan is going to give a talk on Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. And Arohi and Avani are going to do a nice bhajan, Bhaja Gauranga. And Avani's playing flute now, is she? Bansuri. All right, very nice. That's a treat. And then Sri Ram will give a talk on Lord Chaitanya's gift, Lord Gauranga's gift. And Avani will speak about Lord Chaitanya's 8 verses, the Shikshashtakam. Although Lord Chaitanya was the greatest scholar, he defeated Keshava Kashmiri and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who were the greatest scholars in India at that time. And Lord Chaitanya, even as a youth, he was defeating them in philosophy. His philosophy was superior. And but still, he only wrote 8 verses, which was the Shikshashtakam. The 8 shikshas, or the 8 instructions of Lord Chaitanya. And the whole Krishna conscious philosophy is encapsulated in those 8 verses, from the beginning of chanting through to the highest level of love of God. And then Satvik is going to give us a treat by chanting Bhaja Gauranga. And Adhoksha Krishna will give a talk on Lord Chaitanya as the Yuga Avatar, or the incarnation for the age, who came with a specific purpose to teach the Yuga Dharma, or the method of self-realization for the age. And by day, he is going to chant Gauranga Karuna Koro. Arohi and Pranati are going to treat us with a nice dance to the Sachi Sutta Astakam bhajan. Rupeshwari Mataji will sing Parama Karuna, then we go to Arti, and then by that time everyone will have worked up a nice appetite for some Krishna Prasad feast. So this one now, we can do it on the 3/4 time. Udilo Arunapura Babage, Vijamani Gaura Mani Jage, Pura Babage, Vijamani Gaura Amani Jage, Bhakata Samuha Loya Sate, Gila Nagara Braje, Bhakata Samuha Loya Sate, Gila Nagara Braje, Tatai tatai bajilako, ganagana tahi chajiraro. Tatai tatai bajaloko. Premi dalla dalla sonaranga, charane nupura bhaje. Premi dalla dalla sonaranga, charane nupura. Mukunda Madhava Yadava Hari, Purina Bolore Vadana Puri. Yadava Hari, Bolena Bolore Vadana Puri. Niche Nidabashe Kelore Rati Divasa Sarira Saje. Vichiti dasa base kelorera divasa sarirasa he manna dulaba manava deho paya kikoro bhavana keho. Ebina bajili yashoda sutta charame pori belaje. Ebina bajili udita tapana hoile asta pinagele boli hoe bibyasta. Tabe ke no ebe ala saho na bajare doya raje. Jivana anicca jana hasa tahena naveda vipadaba. Namashraya kori jatane tumi takaha panakaje. Jivera kayana sadana kam jagate ase madhuranam. Avijjati mera tapana rupe hridaga gani viraje. Timira tapana rupi hridagane viraj. Krishna nam sudha koya pan, jura bhakati vinoda pran. Nama bina kichu nahi koaro, chauda bhuvana maje. Translation, please. So, Lord Chaitanya's compassionate Sankirtan movement. When the rising sun appeared in the east, the jewel of the twice-born Lord Gaura Sundar awakened, and taking his devotees with him, he went all over the countryside, towns and villages. The mridangas, the call resounded, titai, titai, and the jajas, large metal kartals that looked like small cymbals, or we call them wampers. And the kirtan played in time. That's a good lesson for all the budding kirtan players. They played in time. Lord Gauranga's golden form slightly trembled in ecstatic love of Godhead, and his footbells jingled. All the devotees chanted the names Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava, and Hari. Their mouths being filled with the vibrations. They would announce to the still sleeping people, "You spend your nights uselessly sleeping and your days decorating your dead bodies. You achieved such a rare human body, but you do not care for this gift. You remain not serving the darling of Yashoda and slowly fall through your last moments to death. With every rising and setting of the sun, a day passes and is lost. Then why do you remain idle and not serve the Lord of the heart? This temporary life is full of various miseries. Take shelter of the holy name as your only business. To penetrate the darkness of ignorance and bless everyone's heart, the holy name has risen like the shining sun. Drink the pure nectar of the holy name of Krishna. There's nothing but the name to be had in the 14 worlds. It has filled the soul of Bhaktivinoda Thakur." So I don't know if we want to read any remarks or extra information, but we can just imagine Lord Chaitanya and his associates, as soon as the sun was up, they were out there going around all the towns and villages. Can you imagine doing that in Lesmahago? Or any of the towns that you come from? So the next, part 2 of this, we can sing. Next one. If you want to go into part 2 of this one. So this is also Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He wrote many wonderful devotional songs, bhajans, and Srila Prabhupada said that these bhajans of these acharyas are considered to be revealed Vedic literatures. They're the essence of the Vedic literatures are in these songs from these acharyas. And we can understand the Lord's mission and understand so much about Krishna consciousness and devotional service from the songs from these self-realized pure devotees of the Lord. Jeev Jago, Gaura Chanda Bole, Jeev Jago. Kota Nidra Jao Maya Pishachira Kole. Bajibo Bhali Aishe Samsara Bitale. Bulia rohile to me, avichara bhare. Tomare loite ami, hoine avatara. Ami bina bandhu ara, kiache tomara. Enichia shade maya, nashe barolage. Harinama Maha Mantra Lao to me magi. Akati Vinoda de Prabhu Charane Pariya. Se mantra, lo ilo magia. Jijago, Jijago, Gaura Chandra Bole. Jijago, Jijago, Gaura Chandra Bole. Gaura Chandra Bole. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki. Shri Kodnitai Mahaprashashi ki. So put the translation up, please. Lord Gauranga is calling, wake up, sleeping souls, wake up, sleeping souls. How long will you sleep in the lap of the witch called Maya? You have forgotten the way of devotion and service and are lost in the world of birth and death. I have descended just to save you, other than myself, who is your friend in this world. Other than myself, you have no friend in this world. I brought the medicine that will wipe out the disease of illusion from which you are suffering. Take this Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, I fall at the Lord's feet, having taken this Maha Mantra. So this is what Lord Chaitanya came to do. One of his purposes was to simply bring the Hare Krishna mantra. The chanting of the Maha Mantra is considered the Yuga Dharma. And later on, Toksha is going to give a little talk about Lord Chaitanya as the Yuga Avatar. You know, the incarnation who descends to teach the method of self-realization for the age. So yesterday we had a nice program in Chagu's house, and they were asking about some verses from, is there any verses from different literatures which foretell about Lord Chaitanya's appearance? So this is one here. Srila Prabhupada in 1976. In Mayapur he gave a lecture. Itamne tiryag rishideva jasava tarayar lokan vibhavayasi hamsi jakat pratipan dharman mahapurushai pashi yugan nuvrittam chana kalo yad abhavas triyugo ta sattvam. So Prabhupada gives a purport on this. So Lord Chaitanya is Krishna sometimes is called Triyuga. Can anyone see why he's called Triyuga? If he appears in all the yugas, all the ages, how come he's called Triyuga? He's incarnation of Dal. Chana. He's hidden, that's right. Chana with two N's. Channa. Exactly. And what is he hidden as? Does that mean that nobody seen him? He appeared and then nobody knew he was here. There was just a rumor about him.
He came in the guise of a devotee, so he didn't come like professing himself to be the Lord, but he came as a devotee of the Lord.
Exactly. So he didn't come with his usual weapons, etc. So generally, when the Lord appears, Paritanaya sadhuyanam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. He appears, as Sri Ram was pointing out yesterday, there's three reasons that he appears. One is to deliver the devotees, annihilate the miscreants who are harassing the devotees, and to establish or re-establish the principles of Dharma, Dharma samstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. And what's the next verse? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavita bharata bhutanama dharmasya tadatmanam srajamyaham. Wherever there's a decline in religious practice or religious principles, at that time I descend myself. So we'd think, well, there's no more irreligious time than Kali Yuga at this point. So where is he? Now, when the Lord descends, it's not that he's going to stay for the full duration of Kali Yuga. He came to usher in a golden age. In the golden age is the sometimes it's been considered that the golden age is when the chanting of Hare Krishna will be available. But I also heard it said, because Prabhupada said his books will be the law books for the next 10,000 years, and that's also be considered a golden age. So although Kali Yuga has many faults, there's another nice verse there. Kali dosha nidhi rajan mahaguna sahapatma. That what's it next part? Krishna Shamukta Sangam Param Vijit. That although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, it's wonderful that simply by the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, Mukta Sangam Param Vrajit, that one can go back to Godhead. One can enter into the spiritual world and depart from this material world. And Lord Nityananda is saying, just with one paisa of faith, then Lord, He will make all facilities for us to become a devotee and go back to Godhead. So how valuable is a paisa? Anybody can tell us how valuable is a paisa? How many paisas in a pound? 1,000. So 100 paisa to a rupee? And 100 rupees to a pound. 10,000 paisa to a pound. And what can you get for a pound nowadays? So, of course, even considering inflation, since Lord Nityananda's statement, I think it's still a small price to pay. So just imagine if we would give like a quid worth of faith. So later on, we're going to hear one of the devotees is going to sing the song Bhaja Gauranga Kaha Gauranga Laha Gauranga Namare Jai Jana Gauranga Bhaji Seamar Pranare. That this is Lord Nityananda. He is considered, Lord Chaitanya is considered the most merciful incarnation, Mahavadanyaya avatar. And Lord Nityananda, because he's giving freely love of Godhead, he's not asking that first we surrender. He's saying, if you ever get to Radhakund, you'll see a wonderful deity of Lord Chaitanya who's standing like this, one hand pointing up and one pointing down, and it's indicating that he's taking the lowest to the highest in Kali Yuga. Who is the most unqualified, that is their qualification. So if you're thinking, I'm too fallen, then that means you're qualified for Lord Chaitanya's mercy. When I remember when I first joined the temple, it was in the Bhakti program, and some devotees had this. We tend to try to be humble. We don't know what it means, and we have this false humility. I'm too fallen to be a devotee. Oh, well, that's your qualification then. So what you're saying is that Krishna cannot deliver you then? Of course, we may be attached, and we may be truthfully thinking we're fallen. And that is the thing, is that we shouldn't become despondent or hopeless. We should just think, well, this song, which Pip's going to sing in a little while, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koramori, in that song, I think it is, it's not Narottam Das Thakur, is it Ramachandra? Or Narottam Das Thakur who wrote that one? So in that he's saying, because I'm the most fallen, my claim is first. So he's teaching us once again that it's a trick of Maya to think we're too fallen to be a devotee. Oh, I'm not worthy of association of devotees. Okay, that may be true, but still, the association is there. We need that association. That's a good qualification. So in the Shikshastakam, third verse, Lord Chaitanya says, Trinadapi Sanechana, Tarorapi Sahishnana, Manana Manadena Kirtniya Siddhahari, chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind. So a devotee should do that. And thinking yourself lower than so on the street, not trying to make yourself look better than everybody else, and being ready to offer respects to all respects to others. And he's not meaning just we offer respect to devotees and everyone else, they're not worth the time of day. We offer respects to all living entities. One time there was one of Prabhupada's disciples was cleaning his room, and Prabhupada was there writing, and she was trying to clean the desk, but there was an insect on the desk, and she said, what shall we do? And Prabhupada said, chant to it. So Prabhupada and this disciple were both chanting to this insect. So Prabhupada respected every living entity. He's showing us the way. And Lord Chaitanya, when he calls Jeev Jago, he's not just calling the humans. All the souls are being liberated. This Krishna conscious movement is auspicious for all the species of life, but particularly if the humans take to it, then they can benefit all the other species of life. They take to this chant of Hare Krishna, then they'll stop eating meat. That means all those animals are shown some mercy by the humans. And as they're chanting, even the non-moving living entities are getting benefited. We read in the Nectar of Devotion that when Krishna was playing his flute, then everyone became stunned, except for the non-moving living entities. They started swaying, and then the rivers, they were flowing backwards. So this is against the laws of nature, but Krishna doesn't, he's not subject to the laws of nature. It's described that when Lord Brahma heard Krishna's flute, then out came the Brahma Samhita from him when he heard it. So this is like a manifestation of Krishna's glories, heard from Krishna's flute. Incidentally, when Lord Chaitanya was here, he discovered a part of the Brahma Samhita which we know about in the Adikeshava temple. So his desire is that we take this chanting and we spread it. And Prabhupada, in that mood, even at an advanced age, he got that instruction as a young householder, and he kept that instruction dear to his heart his whole life, just waiting for the opportunity. And Krishna gave him the opportunity, and he came. And how did he start this Krishna conscious movement? He went to Tompkins Square Park and he put some deities up and he was trying to sell some books. No? What did he do? He just chanted. He sat under a tree and he just chanted. And in this way, he was surrounded by so many people. There was a small group of devotees went out from their temple, and by the time they came back to the temple, they couldn't fit everybody in. And it was in the newspaper, Swami flocks to chant in the park, whatever that headline was. And even that tree is now known as Hare Krishna tree, where the Hare Krishna movement started. They have a special plaque near it. I think you've seen it, Paul, have you? No? Anybody been there, seen it? You went, Carol? So these, it's described that a devotee is sometimes called Tirthapad, which means that wherever he traverses, he creates a holy place of pilgrimage. So Prabhupada was creating places of pilgrimage, and he was opening so many temples, which became spiritual oases. So the temple we have here in Scotland, we have Shishi Kodnitai Marpishashi, Gornitai deities, and they're the leaders of the Sankirtan movement, and they've come here to bestow their mercy upon us, to bestow their darshan. And years ago we had what's called the Gauranga campaign, which basically the devotees used to get everybody to chant Gauranga, because Lord Nityananda, when he was chanting his Bhaja Gauranga, if you worship Gauranga, chant the holy name of Gauranga, then that person becomes my life and soul. So we thought, okay, well, if we get the holy name out there, the name of Lord Gauranga, then they cannot make offense, because Lord Chaitanya doesn't take offense. So when they chant Gauranga, they only make advancement. That's why before we chant Hare Krishna, we chant the Panchatattva mantra, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. So we can free ourselves from offenses, clear the path to chant Hare Krishna without offense. So the idea behind this was, in the mood of Lord Nityananda, get people to chant Gauranga, get Lord Nityananda's mercy on them, and then they can chant Gauranga, and then they become qualified to chant Hare Krishna. So it's not that we were getting them to chant Gauranga instead of Hare Krishna. It was so that they could chant Hare Krishna. And this was amazing. I remember when we came to Scotland at first, we did have a lot of opposition from the established churches and from the local police authorities, etc. When we started the Gauranga campaign, then that just diminished. We didn't get that trouble. Then for some reason we stopped it, and then the trouble came back. And then we started it, and it went away again. And it was just out watching, just kind of observing it. We noticed that. And thankfully, some of the devotees want to revive that Gauranga campaign. It's interesting because some people were chanting Gauranga and they didn't even know it had anything to do with the Hare Krishna movement. One of the locals was telling me that the Les Mexico youth football club, they're actually quite good. And interestingly enough, they have the Gauranga colours as their football strip, blue and yellow. We say blue and yellow because those colours were selected because Lord Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya, that Lord Chaitanya is none other than Radha and Krishna combined. He's Krishna in the mood of Radharani. That compassionate mood of Radharani, he's brought that to uplift the fallen conditioned souls. So Shama Gauri, the blackish blue, and Gauri golden or yellow, therefore we selected those blue and yellow colours. Side note, interestingly enough, I went to Mayapur in 1998, and as we were driving along that road, which had more potholes than road on it at that time, and I seen one big oil tanker, and it said Gaurango Oils, and it was in the exact same Gauranga colours we were using. And I thought, they obviously weren't aware of the Gauranga campaign and the colours we were using, but it was just like, I hope she's got this little Gauranga sticker on his book there. Like that. Those were the colours. Anyway, this Les Mexico Boys Club football team, one of the locals was telling me that when they used to score a goal, they would shout Gauranga. And interestingly enough, a lot of those kids from the high school used to come to the temple at lunchtime, and we used to have Gauranga rock candy, and they would shout Gauranga and we'd give them rock candy. Interesting, one of the local plumbers told me he used to come up when he was a kid here for Gauranga rock. And so Lord Chaitanya's mission was to spread the holy name throughout every town and village. And when Srila Prabhupada arrived in Boston Harbor, then he wrote this song, Markani Bhagavat Dharma, may the holy name of Gauranga be heard in every town and village. That's what he said. He said the holy name of Gauranga. So whatever we're able to do to further that mission, then we get the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada is very grateful for this, whatever we can do. He says, whatever you've learned in Krishna consciousness, just try to give it to others, or try to assist the movement in some way. Do some service to help the furtherment of the movement. If you can't help it, then at least don't hinder it. But there was one time Prabhupada's disciples went to Japan, and they didn't get such a good reception there, so they ended up, they had to leave Japan. And when Prabhupada was back in India, Prabhupada was in India, and the devotees came, and one man was criticizing Prabhupada's disciples, said, oh, I heard your disciples got kicked out of Japan. And he said, at least they got kicked out. Which means, at least they tried to do something. What did you do? You never even went that far to get kicked out. So Prabhupada is very protective of the devotees. So we just be assured that, okay, maybe physically we don't see him or we don't hear him saying these things, but whatever we're doing to try to further this mission of Lord Chaitanya, you can be sure that we'll get Prabhupada's blessings. Just like sometimes people ask for blessings, but the real blessing is help Lord Chaitanya's mission, help spread that mission somehow or another. And then we'll get the real blessings from Lord Chaitanya, who can bless us to never take birth again in this material world. So this verse here, Prabhupada says, here's a very specific statement about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Avatar Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he's Chana, just like Pip was saying, Chana Avatar. It means covered, not directly. So he's called Tri Yuga because he appears in 3 yugas as directly the Godhead, but in Kali Yuga, he appears in the incarnation, he appears in the guise of a devotee. Because he's appeared to the devotee. Avatar Rupa Goswami has found out that he's avatar of Krishna. All the devotees, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Rupa Goswami, and in the Shastra and Upanishad, Mahabharata, and every Sadhu Shastra, avatar should be confirmed by great devotees, personalities, and must be collaborated with the statement of the Shastra. So here is another statement in the Srimad Bhagavatam that directly is stated in the 11th canto. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sangopanga Shripar Sadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayar Yajanti Hi Shumeda Saha. So this is the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. The Tusha Krishna means that he's Krishna, but he's not blackish like Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, when he was being described before King Nimi by Karabhajana Muni, the different incarnations in different millenniums, Yuga Dharma Vritam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also described by Vrindavan Das Thakur, Yuga Dharma Palo. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described here as Chanakalo. In the Kali Yuga, he is not appearing as other incarnations, not like Nrsimhadev or Vamandev, Ramachandra. He's appearing as devotee. Why? Now, this is the most magnanimous avatar. People are so foolish they could not understand Krishna. When Krishna says, Sarva Dharmam Pratyajya Mamikam Saranam, they took it. Who is this person ordering like that? Sarva Dharmam Pratyajya. What right? This is our material disease. I shall not surrender. No surrender. If somebody is ordered to do something, he protests, who are you to order me? Do you ever find that? I remember my young sister, she was about 6 years old, and my older sister, who would have been about 16 at the time, told her to do something, and she said, you're not the boss of me. So even you as a child, we don't want anybody to boss us around. We don't need to be told. We already have our ego. Someone tells us something, we think, well, I already know that. I don't need you to tell me. Or even if I didn't know it, I don't need you to tell me anyway, because we have some pride. But this is our material disease. If somebody's ordering us to do something, we protest, who are you to order me? This is the position. God himself, Krishna, what can he say? He orders, the Supreme Person, Supreme Being. He must order. He's the Supreme Controller. He must order. That is God. But we're so foolish that when God orders that you do this, we take it otherwise. Oh, who is this man? He's ordering like that. And Sarva Dharma Prityajan, give up everything. Why shall I give him? Sarva Dharma, I have created so many dharmas, isms, I shall give it up. Why shall I give it up? Therefore, the same Lord again came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Today is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day, so we must discuss this very thoroughly that Rupa Goswami understood it. Therefore, we have to go through Guru. Rupa Goswami is our Guru, so we're called Rupanugas, or followers of Rupa Goswami. Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoy Bhyakuti Kabi Hama Bujabo Sri Yugala Puriti. We want to understand the transcendental position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we want to understand, then we have to go through Guru Parampara system. Otherwise, it is not possible. Unless we accept this process, unless we submit, the whole process is submission. And Krishna wants this Savadama Pratyaja. So if you want to approach Krishna, you have to become very submissive. And to whom? Krishna is not here, to whom I shall submit. No, to his devotee, to his representative. Business is submission. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared this day for giving mercy to the fallen souls who are so foolish they cannot take to Krishna consciousness. He's personally teaching how to take to Krishna consciousness. So Lord Chaitanya came and showed us how to be a devotee. I was just reading yesterday in the teaching of Lord Chaitanya, Prabhupada said that Krishna finishes with Sarvadharman, Mamikam Sharanam Varaja, that we surrender to him. And then Lord Chaitanya took it up from that point to show us how to surrender. Like Ahoksha Prabhu was giving class this morning, and he said that the underlying rasa, even in the higher rasas, is dasya ras. So all the devotees, and even those in the Madhurya, topmost rasa, is dasya. They're considering themselves the most, they consider themselves the humble servant. Just like this last verse of the Shikshastakam, which was considered to be uttered by Srimati Radharani, Ashlishava Padaradam Pinashtamam Adarshtamam Ratam Krotiva Yatatata Vavidatu Lampato Matpranatastu Saifana Para. And what's the translation? I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He's completely free to do anything and everything for his always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. So this is a very surrendered mood, and I remember Bhakti Vaibhava Maharaj was given a class once, and he said the first thing you learn in the Bhakti program or Bhakti program is that Krishna can do whatever he likes. and nobody can oppose it because he's God. And what I remember one nice service I got to do, Rohini Nandan, Prabhu Prabhupada disciple, he was our Bhakti leader at the time. And he says, "Oh, back to George, can you transcribe this lecture of Srila Prabhupada?" So Prabhupada was giving a purport to the verse, Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam. You know, if one offers me love and devotion, a fruit, flower, leaf or water, I will accept it. Leaf, fruit, flower, water, I will accept it. So Prabhupada's in that purport, he's saying that Krishna says, offer this to me and I'll accept it, and then there's no sinful reaction. Therefore, we take Krishna Prasad. There's no sin incurred in our eating. Otherwise, yeah, you know, we're implicated in karma. He says, but the Mayavadis, the impersonalists, they say, oh, Krishna's formless, he cannot eat. He says, so who do we accept? Some upstart Mayavadi or Krishna? So we accept Krishna, and he's telling us that if we do this, and then Lord Chaitanya is showing us how to be that devotee. Krishna says, Satatam Kirtayantamam, always chant my name. And Lord Chaitanya, what was he doing? He was always chanting. And he only took Krishna Prasad, always associating with the devotees. So these simple things are there, demonstrated by the Lord himself. And the Lord is... sometimes people have this conception of God that he demands, just like they're saying Krishna is demanding surrender, but it's not that Krishna is some kind of egotistic, puffed up person, because he himself loves to serve his devotees. We see he drives Arjuna's chariot, and when he went to visit Sudama Brahmin, he insisted enough, when Sudama came to visit him, the first thing he did was he offered him arti. And Lord Chaitanya personally would serve the devotees prasadam. So he's showing how to be a devotee, that we should always have this service attitude. This is the mood of the gopis. And the associates of Lord Chaitanya, they were quite happy to sweep the dust in the holy dam. Now the holy dam there's so much dust. You know, you're never going to, if you ever stay in the holy dam, and when we used to stay at Kusum Sarovar at Govardhan, we'd be given some service by our god sister Palindri, who lived there, and you'd sweep everything out. And next day, it was as if you never did it before, and you're doing it all again. And you think, oh, what's the point? Just get a vacuum cleaner. But the thing is, it's called Braj Raj, or the dust of the dam, and it's called Padasevanam. Just by being in the holy dam, we're doing, even by walking in the holy dam, we're doing devotional service. And by cleaning this dust, some of this dust Krishna may have tread on, Krishna's devotees may have tread on, so we're coming in contact with that. I remember when Gauri was the personal servant of Shiva Ramswamy, went to Vrindavan with him, and said, how was it? He says, it was quite an eye-opener, because as soon as they got to Vrindavan, the first thing Shiva Ramaj got out of the taxi, and he started rolling about in the dust. You know, it wasn't any of this like, oh, I better keep my cloth nice and clean. This is the mood of the devotees. And this kind of thing that encourages, attracts Krishna. So although Krishna is the most attractive, then Krishna is attracted by devotional service. And this begins with Shravanam Kirtanam, hearing and chanting. And this is what Lord Chaitanya came to teach us, is just take to this chanting of Hare Krishna. And so Prabhupada was encourages, you know, chanting, dancing, and feasting. This is our program. Of course, we do so many other things to support that and facilitate that. But this is the whole purpose of it, is chanting, dancing, and feasting. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So these verses from the Shastra is it's not that Lord Chaitanya is some obscure personality who only the Bengalis accept as an avatar because he appeared in West Bengal. It's actually there in the Shastras. There's many different ancient literatures which foretold the coming of Lord Chaitanya. In the Atharva Veda, Lord Brahma had this conversation with one of his sons, Pipalad. His son was asking him, he was very good brahmachari, and he was gathering firewood for a yajna. And he was, while he was doing his seva, his service, he was very purified, and he had some compassion. He approached his father, Lord Brahma, and said, how will the living entities be benefited in the age of Kali? And he said, in the age of Kali, the Supreme Lord will appear in the guise of a devotee and chant his own holy names, Hari, Krishna, and Rama. Hari iti, Rama iti, Krishna iti. that and by this chanting, he'll deliver everybody. So this is our. At least we can deliver ourselves. If we take to this chanting, at least we can do ourselves some good. And we can test it out if we haven't tried chanting. We simply just try it out, and we can see. Many times we see people take into the chanting for the first time, and if they can take to it attentively, then very quickly they'll make some progress and they'll find some tangible result. And so it's considered a spiritual science. It's not simply belief. If we simply do something just because we believe in it, well, what if what we believe is not true? Okay, there's no kids here, so I can see it. Oh, they're coming in, I can't see it. Anyway, they're not listening. So they might believe in Santa Claus, right? But they'll find out later on this, at least as far as I understand, he's not true. Is that right? So we may believe in so many things, but it doesn't mean to say just because we believe in it, it's true. But when we take to the chanting of Hare Krishna, believing it or not believing it, just like Devaki was telling me that he's got one atheistic friend who comes and he chants with him every week and he takes prasad, but he's an atheist. So he's doing pretty good. So it's not really so much what you believe in, it's what you do. And by he's already attracted to this chanting. Atheist or non-atheist, it doesn't matter, just chant Hare Krishna and you'll benefit. Just rise above the confines of the mind. So as George Harrison used to say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. If we have someone makes a nice cake and we don't eat it, then we'll never really know if it was a nice cake. We'll just have to take someone else's opinion. But the best experience is to try it for ourselves, and then we get the real experience. So we'll just stop there. And the next part of the program, I believe, is it Pip chanting or is it kids drama? Okay, are the kids ready for drama? Okay. Actually, best if they don't do their drama here because they put their backs to the deities. What would be better is if they could maybe just take a little space there. If we could ask a couple of the managers just to move up a wee bit so they've not got the back to the deities. Or they can come over and sit on this side. Lorraine, if you want to sit over here. Yeah, good idea. Better that shift. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Shri Gaura Purnima Mahotsav ki, Shri Shikoni Tama Pashashi ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. So would someone like to introduce this drama? What is the pastime of this drama? Check it. Yeah, I will take cardless, but someone.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. It's the next part of the program is going to be the kids program. I'll just introduce the names and who's doing what. Actually, I'm the narrator. Advaita Acharya is played by Adokshaja Krishna Prabhu, and Sachi is played by Vidya. First lady is Arohi. Second lady is Pranati. I'm sorry if I said that other way around. And the thief, first thief 1 is Sri Ram, thief 2 is Avani, and Jagannath Mishra is played by Haridarshan, and the old Brahmana is played by Vaidehi, and the lovely Nimai part is played by our wonderful Vrinda. Okay, Haribol. Thank you. Now, I'll just wait for 1 minute for Adokshaja Prabhu. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll just start the play now. This is about Nimai's childhood pastimes. This is from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata Adilila. And scene 1, Advaita Acharya's concern. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting of holy names of God to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates. Advaita Acharya is an incarnation of the Lord as a devotee. His loud calling was the cause for Krishna appearance as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Advaita Acharya found the world devoid of devotional service to Sri Krishna because people were engrossed in material affairs.
Oh, in this age of Kali, nobody is engaged in devotional service to the Lord. Everyone is engaged in sense gratification and sinful activity. If only they knew that just by rendering a little devotional service, just by chanting the holy name even once, they can be freed from the samsara, the wheel of birth and death. If the Lord would just incarnate and teach the people how to do the chanting of this name, I know I will worship the Lord with humility and purity, and I will beg for him to come and deliver these people in Kali Yuga by teaching them how to chant the holy name.
Thinking in this way, Advaita Acharya began worshipping the Lord, always remembering the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. He constantly offered tulsi buds and water from Ganges. He appealed to Sri Krishna with loud calls and thus made it possible for Lord Krishna to appear. On the full moon evening of the month of Phalguna, during a lunar eclipse, the Lord appeared. Because of the eclipse, everyone was chanting Hari Hari in great jubilation. Kirtan party enters and chant Hari Bol. Mother Sachi carried out baby Nimai. Jagannath Mishra is also there. Kirtan party then sings when Lord Chaitanya was a boy. Now scene 2. After some days, the Lord began to crawl in his own hands and knees. Sorry, it's here, this side. Yeah. And we would like the lady 1, lady 2, everyone come here. Sorry. After some days, the Lord began to crawl on his own hands and knees, and he caused various wonders to be seen. Nimai sitting in the center while singers sing. A snake crawled into the courtyard. The snake crawls in, and the parents look worried and they yell. Then they pray to Ananta and the snake slips away. Jagannath Mishra exits. Nimai in the center, and Nimai begin crying. Okay, you speak.
Oh, don't cry, little one. Oh, look, he stopped crying. Yes, Sultan, he stopped. Oh, look, he started crying again. Quickly, let's chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, look, he stopped crying. Looks like he's playing a game with us. From now on, we shall chant the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you. That's scene 3. In this way, the Lord was showing that his life's purpose was to spread this Sankirtan movement. In his childhood, the Lord was once taken away by 2 thieves outside his house. Thieves enter the scene.
Hey, look over there.
Where? Oh, what? A little boy?
But look at all of those jewels on him.
Ah, good. Let's take him away, kill him, and then rob him. And no one shall know.
Great, let's go.
Hey, little boy, do you want to come with us?
We have a surprise for you.
What is it?
Sweets. All children like sweets.
First, you have to come with us.
Oh, good. Let's go.
Let's get deeper into the forest so that we can kill him and no one shall know.
They walk away and they were going into the forest deeper. However,
This looks like a good place.
Yeah.
they hear Sachi calling.
Nimai, where are you?
What was that?
It sounded like a voice.
Yeah, however that, look, we're back where we started from.
Let's get out of here.
They just wondered that they were not gone anywhere apart from there. They're just in the front of the house of Nimais.
It's time for your dinner. Your father's waiting for you.
Thank you. Yeah. And scene 4. On another occasion, the Lord ate foodstuffs of Brahmana guest 3 times, and later in confidence, the Lord delivered Brahmana from material engagement. Okay, hear a knock at the door.
Sachi Devi, someone's at the door. Please go see who it is. Come in, my dear Brahmana. Please come in. You must be tired from traveling from one place of a pilgrimage to another. Please sit down. Sachi Devi, please go get this Brahmana something cool to drink. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Oh no, thank you. I'm fine. But I would like some ingredients to prepare an offering for my little Gopal deity.
Yes, Sachi Devi, please go get this Brahmana some milk, rice, and sugar so that he can prepare sweet rice for his Gopal deity. You may have this room for your worship.
Thank you. Let's see. I'll make my altar over here. Then I will prepare sweet rice. Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal, Keshava Madhava Dinadaya. Now it's ready to offer.
The Nima,
Brahmana Go Brahmana Shakita Krishna Govinda Nanda. What are you doing? You have spoiled my offering. Jagannath Mishra, Jagannath Mishra.
Nimai, you shouldn't have done that. Come on, let's go.
Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal, Keshava Madhava, Dinadaya. Namo Brahmana Go Brahmani Deva Anitaja.
Nimai sneaks in again and eats the offering again.
What are you doing? You have spoiled my offering again. Jagannath Mishra, look, your son has spoiled my offering again.
Nimai, you naughty boy. This time I'll put you to bed.
I'll prepare it again. Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal, Keshava Madhava, Velarabhaya.
Even though Nimai was locked in the room, but he appeared from nowhere and eats the offering again.
What has been done? What has been done? I guess Lord Vishnu doesn't want to eat.
My dear Brahmana, this is Nimai, speaks as Krishna. My dear Brahmana, formerly I was the son of Mother Yashoda. At that time, you were a guest in the house of Nanda Maharaja. And I was disturbed. I disturbed you in the same way. I'm very much pleased with your devotion.
Thank you, my dear Lord. You are very kind.
Do not disclose this incident to anyone. Go on in your worship of me in the form of Gopal.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's the end of the program. Thank you very much. The next part of the program is the bhajan Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu by Pip Prabhu. Yeah.
How long am I singing? Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Dishatarine. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karo More Toma Bina Ke Dayalu Jagata Sangsare. Patita Pavana Etu Pravavatara Mosama Patita Prabhu Napai Beara. Ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Kripa Balokana Kara Ami Boro Dukhi. Doya Koro Sitapati Advaita Gosai Tava Kripa Palepai Chaitanya Nitai. Gaura Purnima Maya Tanu Pandita Gadadhara Srinivasa Haridasa Toyara Sagala. Ha Swarup Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha Bhatta Juga Shri Jivaha Prabhu Lokanatha. Doya Koro Shri Acharya Prabhu Srinivasa Ramachandra Sangamage Naratamadaasa. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Toma Bina Ke Doyalu Jagata Sangsare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Toma Bina Ke Doyalu Jagata Sangsare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Haribo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Gaurani Tai Jaya Gaurani Tai Jaya Gaurani Tai Jaya Gaurani Tai Jaya Mayapur Shashi Jaya Mayapur Shashi Jaya Mayapur Shashi Jaya Mayapur Shashi Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Shri Gaura Nitai Mai Bhoja Shiki Shri Harinam Prabhu ki Shri Narottam Das Thakur ki Nitai Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. My dear Lord Chaitanya, please be merciful to me, because who can be more merciful than your Lordship within these? Your incarnation is just to reclaim the conditioned fallen souls, but I assure you that you will not find a greater fallen soul than me. Therefore my claim is first. My dear Lord Nityananda, you are always joyful in spiritual bliss. Since you always appear very happy, I have come to you because I am most unhappy. If you kindly put your glance over me, then I may also become happy. My dear Advaita Prabhu, husband of Sita, you are so kind. Please be merciful to me. If you are kind to me, naturally Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda will also be kind to me. Gaura's love embodiment is shown by Gadadhar Pandit. Srinivas Pandit and Haridas Thakur are the ocean of mercy. O Swarup Damodar, personal secretary of Lord Chaitanya. O six Goswamis, O Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Sri Jeev Goswami, and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. O Lokanath Goswami, my beloved spiritual master, Narottam Das always prays for your mercy. Srinivasacharya, successor to the six Goswamis, please be merciful to me. Narottam Das always desires the company of Ramachandra Chakravarti. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
He's going to give a little talk on Lord Chaitanya's pastime. Which pastime? Okay, you can then out.
Hare Krishna. Today I'm going to be telling you about Nimai's water pastime. Nimai played various games in the Ganges daily. After school hours, he used to go to bathe in the Ganges with his friends. They challenged each other by splashing water. No one can fully describe how many games they played. Oh, how enchanting Nimai looked, covered with dust. Many householders and devotees came to bathe in the Ganges. Nimai would splash water from his lotus feet and shower their mercy upon him. Nimai disturbed everybody who had completed their bath by throwing mud on them or spitting on them. Nimai would climb on someone's back and shout, "I'm Mahesh." Everybody warned him not to be mischievous, but he didn't listen. Raging, everyone went to Jagannath Mishra. Jagannath Mishra, Jagannath Mishra. One man complained. He splashes water on us while we meditate and says that, whom are you meditating on? I'm the Narayan himself. Look at me. When I water to recite my Gayatri mantra, he comes out of nowhere and pulls my leg. Another gentleman said, one of Nimai's worst tricks is when men and women are bathing in different ghats, he exchanges their clothes. So women have to cover themselves with dhoti and the men have to wear sari. Jagannath Mishra said to all the brahmanas, please do not take any offense. I beg forgiveness. Meanwhile, some young ladies came to Sachimata with their version of complaints. He steals our clothes, says one. He threw okra seeds in my hair and puts in our ears to scare us. Mother Sachi embraced everyone and spoke to them with comforting words. Sachimata said, when Nimai comes, I'll beat him and bind him so that he does not disturb anyone. Meanwhile, some young maidens took pity on Nimai and told him that his father was furiously coming for him. Nimai ran in the opposite direction in fear, but before going, he instructed his friends, if my father comes here, tell him that I didn't come here and went straight home after class. Nimai, the supreme controller and the super soul within everyone's heart, understood that his father was furiously looking for him. The inhabitants of Nadia were all eternal associates of Lord Krishna. Therefore, they were endowed with supreme intelligence. Hence, they told Jagannath Mishra that all their complaints were simply out of love for him. When Jagannath Mishra reached home, Nimai came and sat in his lap, and Jagannath Mishra forgot all his anger with the Lord's loving embrace. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Next, we'd like to invite Avani and Arohi. Are they here? They're going to sing Bhaja Gauranga, and Avani's going to play flute also. Are they ready? Meanwhile, Shriram, if you want to come and give your talk just now, because you were going to be next. So. I think that's Avani just coming in. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's just coming. Sorry. Krishna, 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 Hare. You going to sing? Huh? You going to sing? Yeah. Going to come on in? Yeah. Sing.
She could have the mic. Bhaja Gauranga, kaho Gauranga, laho Gaurangir naam जय जना गौरांग भजे से होए अमर प्राण रे भजे से होए अमर प्राण रे गौरांग बोलिया दू बहुत लिया नचिया नचिया बेड़ा रे गौरांग भजिले गौरांग जपिले दुखेरा होए अविनाश रे कहो गौरांग लहो गौरांगेर नाम रे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
माइक पकड़ अभी ध्यान दे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे गौरांग भजिले गौरांग जपिले होय अविनाश रे होय तेरा अविनाश रे हरे कृष्ण
Done. Okay, so that was very nice. Thank you very much. To see Avani with her new skill playing the flute as well. So when they like Ram to give his talk, please. I think you're scheduled next.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So we'd just like to introduce Sri Ram here. He's one of our youths, and he's prepared a very nice talk. If everyone could kindly pay attention. It's hard to focus sometimes when other people are talking, so please everyone be respectful and listen. Thank you. Shanti.
So, Hare Krishna, everyone. My name is Sri Ram, and today I will be giving a talk which shows us how merciful Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been to us. So, so today we are all here to celebrate Gaura Purnima, and this festival is called Gaura Purnima because Gaura means gold, which is because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the golden avatar of Krishna, and Purnima means full moon, which means he was born on a full moon. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was young, he was known as Nimai, and he was born in Nadia, which is in West Bengal, and his mother was called Sachimata, and his father was called Jagannath Mishra. So, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has been very, very merciful to us. He has given us a lot of mercy, and that is what I will be discussing in this talk. So I will split this into 4 parts. So part 1 is the gift that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us. So so when many spiritual masters appear, they appear with a gift, and in and so Sri Vyasadev, he appeared with the gift of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srila Prabhupada, he appeared with the gift of ISKCON, which is the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. If Srila Prabhupada hadn't appeared with this gift, then we wouldn't all be here today having such a wonderful program. And neither would many other foreign ISKCON temples in the world. So, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appeared with a very special gift, and this gift is more special than the Rolex everyone's husband wants, or the diamond ring everyone's wife wants. So it is the gift of chanting. It is the gift of chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So why is chanting such a special gift? Why is chanting so special? So I will begin with the benefits of chanting. So the first benefit is that chanting, it gets rid of all your bad and unproductive thoughts. So did you know that humans think 60 to 60,000 thoughts are useless or unproductive? So of one of these unproductive thoughts would be, what am I having for dinner today? Or what or what is going to happen in the next episode of the TV show I'm watching? So so we can take these unproductive thoughts, but what chanting does is it pours good water over all that bad water, so it overflows. So another thing is that it gets rid of your anxiety. So so an example of an anxious thought would be, oh no, my wife has called me 6 times, what is she going to do when I get home? So there are many things that people can be anxious about, but if you chant Hare, then all of this Krishna, and Krishna will always be on your side. So Srila Prabhupada, have you ever seen Srila Prabhupada scared before? No, right? So if I was Srila Prabhupada, then I would have had many things to worry about. Like, I've already had 3, I have another one, or what if they don't let me into America when I get home? Or what if I run out? Or what if no one follows Krishna consciousness? So there would have been so many things to worry about. But Srila Prabhupada, he chanted the holy names, and he was not worried. He wasn't even anxious one bit, because Krishna was always on his side. So a third benefit of chanting is that it gives you the right taste. So So an example of the wrong taste would be liking junk food, or watching movies every night. So this is an example of a bad taste. So basically, liking bad things, mm, or seeing bad things as good things. But what chanting does is, it makes you like the good things. So say if you have the mentality of a fly. So what flies go around? Flies always, you see them going around garbage or dead animals. Mm, and what chanting does is, it takes that mentality of a fly and it turns it into the mentality of a honeybee. Have you ever seen a honeybee going around a dead animal or a trash can? No. So it will make you go after the nectar. It will make you go after the flowers, and it will give you the right taste. And also, what chanting does is, it neutralizes your karma. So you have good karma and bad karma. So if you have lots of bad karma from doing bad things, you will either have to go to hell, or you will have to take birth again, and you will have to undergo the sufferings. But also, good karma, that is not a good thing either. Even if you have good karma, you will have to take another birth to undergo that good karma. And then if you take another birth to undergo that good karma, then you still suffer, because no one can escape birth, death, old age, and disease. You will still have to go through those. And also, say if in the next life, because of your good karma, what if you become a bad person in the next life? Then the cycle of birth and death will start again, and then you will keep on taking rebirths. But if you chant, it will neutralize that karma. There won't be bad karma or good karma, and then you will go back to Krishna. You'll go back to Godhead. So, so now, and also another good thing about chanting is that it is so simple. Anyone can do it at any time. You don't have to be rich. A rich person can do it. Poor person can do it. Any person can do it, whether they're English or Indian. So anyone can chant. Anyone can chant. So it is such an open activity. Anyone is able to do it at any time. And also, even if you chant the names of Krishna by accident, Krishna still has the mercy to give you the benefits. So a story that Srila Prabhupada would quote often is the story of a Muslim man. And then this Muslim man, he was being chased by a wild boar. And when when the wild boar was about to kill him, he shouted, "Haram, haram!" And haram in their language, it means abominable, disgusting. Mm. But what Krishna saw it as was, he saw it as haram, haram, like he was inviting Lord Rama to come. And then this man, he went back to Godhead. So, yeah. So, and also, so now I will go on to reason 2, which is you are very, very lucky to be born as a human, and that Krishna has given us this birth as a human. So, so say if you are a dog, all a dog can do is it can go woof woof. It can't chant the name of Hare Krishna. It can't chant the Maha Mantra. So, so a human is the only living being that is able to chant Hare Krishna. But what is special about this is that there are 8.4 million different other bodies you could go into. You could be born as a dog or a cat, bird, or an elephant. There are many things. There are many different things you could have been taken birth as. You could have even taken birth as a tree or a blade of grass. So. So we have to be thankful to Krishna that out of the other 8.4 million species we could have gone into, we have taken birth as a human. But many humans, instead of taking advantage that they have been taken birth as a human and chanting, they are behaving lower than animals. So see, even animals, they wake up at the right time in the morning, and also humans. Sometimes humans, they eat, knowing it's bad, they drink, smoke, they eat junk food. Have you ever seen an animal poisoning itself? So some humans are behaving lower than animals. Instead of taking the advantage and the opportunity that they have been given to chant Hare Krishna. So we have been given the key to the lock. And the key is chanting. So we have to. So as a human, we have to chant the names of Hare Krishna. And so please take advantage of the fact that you have been born as a human, and please be thankful to Chaitanya. Now I will go on to the so now we'll go on to the third reason. So we are very lucky to be born as a human and receive the gift of chanting. But we are even more lucky that we have taken birth in Kali Yuga. So there are 4 yugas which are the periods of time. They are called Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. And the yuga we are in right now is Kali Yuga. But so in the other yugas, people were more God conscious. People were more happy. There were no such things as pollution, nor drinking, smoking. So there weren't any such things like that, and it was generally a more pleasant place to live in. Now, some people might think, oh no, I have been born in Kali Yuga out of the 4 other yugas, out of the 3 other yugas I have taken birth in. But here's the downside of the other yugas. So in Satya Yuga, Yuga had a lifespan of 100,000 years. So within those 100,000 years, you would have had to get the same effects you get with chanting to go back to Godhead. You would have had to spend 10,000 years of your lifetime doing penance, tapasya. So I will give 2 examples of this. So in Satya Yuga, even demons would perform this. So Hiranyakashipu, so he was a demon. He stood on one leg for 10,000 years, and he was also exposed to the weather. He was exposed to the elements, and a full anthill formed around him. And another thing, also these practices, they were really difficult. So so they were extremely difficult to do, but your body had the strength to endure that pain. And also, this isn't just like that. It's much harder than getting your children to school in the morning. Yeah, so it was really a very difficult thing to do. No, so only the strongest of people would be able to do these things mentally and physically. So another example would be, so how long can you hold your breath for? Maybe 1 to 2 minutes. The Guinness World Record for this is 24 minutes and 37 seconds. But Prahlad Maharaj, he only took one breath once every 12 days. So this again, and this is very difficult, and we should be thankful that we have taken birth in Kali Yuga, because also in other yugas you had to be qualified. A poor person, they would not be allowed to do these things. So and also you have to go to a certain place at a certain time, and it will all be very difficult. So we have to be thankful that out of all these other yugas, we have taken birth in Kali Yuga. So now I will come on to the reason 4. So reason 4 is that for all the people to teach us how to chant, we are very lucky. This is even luckier than all the other things I said before. So we have been given this gift of chanting by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is a form of Krishna himself, the golden avatar. So Lord Krishna only appears on this material world once in a day of Brahma. So that means he only appears in this world once in every 1,000 cycles of Kali Yuga. So when the 4 yugas gone, so it's Satya Yuga, then Treta Yuga, then Dwapara Yuga, then Kali Yuga. And after Kali Yuga ends, then next comes Satya Yuga. And it goes on in a cycle like this. So in these cycles, only 1 in every 1,000 of them, Lord Krishna appears on this material, on this earth. And we are also really lucky that he appeared only 500 years ago as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because the Kali Yuga is 432,000 years long, and right now we are 500 years into it. Sorry, 5,000 years into it. So we could have been born in the year 200,000, and then it would have been a bit more difficult to find out about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because it was still a longer time ago. So we are also lucky that he appeared only 500 years ago. So so we should be extremely thankful to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for giving us this gift. And also, and also, mm, say if you wanted to learn a new sport or karate, would you rather learn from an ordinary karate master or the man who invented karate himself? So that is what we are experiencing. We have been learned chanting from Lord Krishna himself. So so not any other other guru. We have learned chanting from Lord Krishna himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is very very merciful, and if you are brave enough to attempt the maths, then the numbers will probably come out as one in infinity. So that is how lucky we are to do, to be in this life. That is how merciful Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been to us. So we should be thankful to him, and the best way to thank him, he has also been merciful enough to say in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 9 text 26, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Uparinam Ashnami Prayatat Manaham. A leaf, a flower, fruit, or water. If you offer it to me with love and devotion, then I will accept it. So the best thing we can give Krishna is our love and devotion. So it doesn't matter what activity you do. It doesn't matter whether you build a temple or offer him some prasadam. As long as you do it with love and devotion, all of these activities are equal to Krishna. Krishna will take it with the same amount of happiness. And also, when you're trying to chant the Maha Mantra, please try. Please try and chant with chanting beads, with a bag and chanting beads. And the benefit you get from chanting with chanting beads is that these chanting beads, they are made of tulasi, and tulasi is Krishna's and Tulasi Maharani is one of Krishna's dearmost devotees. So you're not only pleasing Krishna but also his dearmost devotee, Tulasi Maharani. And pleasing Krishna's devotee makes Krishna happier than pleasing Krishna himself. So again, and even if you are not able to do that, at least try and chant one round a day on a finger counter. So one round is 108 times. So please, we should shower Krishna with our love and devotion because of the amount of mercy he has given us. And also, if you want to learn how to chant in a bead and bag, there are many good tutorials on YouTube, and I would recommend these as they are a great alternative to watching T series. Yes. So, so please take this opportunity you have been given, and please chant Hare Krishna, because you have a one in infinity lifetime. So thank you very much for listening patiently to my speech. So sorry if I've made any mistakes during the speech. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you, Sri Ram, for that wonderful talk. Without any notes, you made some very nice points there and spoke the whole way through. Very intelligent, really. I'd now like to ask Avani to come and recite the sutras. Okay, so Avani's going to recite the Shikshastram, the 8 prayers by Lord Chaitanya. And first of all, she's going to speak the English translation so we know the meaning. And she'll chant them on her own. So if we just listen carefully when she's chanting, thank you.
Glory to Sri Krishna Sankirtana, congregation note, chanting of the Lord's holy name, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional love, of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtana movement is the prime benediction of humanity at large because it spreads the ray of the benediction moon. It is the light of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to really taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have infinite names of names, like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. They are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy name. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than a straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of all false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of Lord constantly. Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service birth after birth. O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of your atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken hearted by not even being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्नि निर्वापनं श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बतिवदं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनम् सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णा सङ्कीर्तनम् नाम बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमित स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममामि दुर्दैवमिद्दिशमिहाजनीनानुरागः तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरि न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद् भक्ति अहेतुकी त्वयि ऐनन्दतनुजा किङ्करं पतितमा विषमे भवाम्बुदौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजा स्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदरुद्धया गिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृषायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दाविरेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां पिनष्टु माम् अदर्शनामर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः। श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय।
Is Satvik here? Yes, he's here. The first time Satvik did something here in the temple, I think he was only about 3-year-old. He was leading the kirtan in perfect time. So today, what are you going to sing for us, Satvik? He's going to sing Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga.
Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, La Gaurangi Unambi. Bhaja Gaurango, Kaha Gaurango, La Gaurangi Unambi. Jai Junagu Ranga Bhaji, সে হই আমার প্রাণ যে জন্য গৌরাঙ্গ বলছে সে হয় আমার প্রাণ রে Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangi Unambi. Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Kaha Gaurangi Unambi. Gauranga boliya tu bahu tuliya nachiya nachiya pirai re he Gauranga boliya tu bahu tuliya nachiya nachiya re Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangi Unambi. Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangi Unambi. Gauranga bachile, Gauranga japile hoy, tuke duya bushahari. Gauranga bachile, Gauranga japile hoy, tuke duya bushahari. Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangi Unambi. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Your name re Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari 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 Gaura 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 Hari Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Gaura Hari Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Gaura Hari Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Gaura Hari Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Gauranga Gaura Hari Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai 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 Gauranga Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Kodanitai Jaya Mayapur Sachi Jaya Kodanitai Jaya Mayapur Sachi Jaya Kodanitai Jaya Mayapur Sachi Jaya Kodanitai Jaya Mayapur Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gura Hari Bol, Nitai Gura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gura Hari Bol. Jai Kodanitai Matu Sachi Ki, Prabhupada Ki, Nitai Go Pramanande Hari Hari Bol.
We'd now like to invite Shri Krishna Prabhu to give his talk, which is entitled Lord Chaitanya is the Yuga Avatar.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki. So the theme for the talk is that Lord Chaitanya is the Yuga Avatar. So we had a little bit about what a Yuga is. Avatar, of course, we know, incarnation, and we're in Kali. Kali is the winter. Manda Samanda Matayo. You know what that is? It means people are dull and dozy and lazy. Dozy, lazy, hazy, spacey cases. Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is the bottom of the barrel. If you look at the ages, the way they revolve, Satya Yuga was the age when everybody was in the mode of goodness, and most people perfected the human form of life. Then those that didn't, that were left over, they came back in the next stage. And then those that didn't make it then came back in the next stage, and they tried to perfect themselves. And then eventually we get to the end, and that's Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, quarrel, hypocrisy. There's so much quarrel going on, hypocrisy. People are even quarreling with themselves. They say like that sometimes. They say, this person, he can have an argument with himself. If he was the only one in the room, he would have an argument with himself. So the minds are so disturbed that they can't even agree on what they want with themselves, never mind anybody else. So Kali Yuga, people are heavily compromised, and we need an incarnation who's going to be very merciful. So Lord Chaitanya comes to help us. And in the previous Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Krishna says, do this or else. And Lord Chaitanya just says, please do this, and I will help you to do it, or else I'll help you even more. So, Lord Chaitanya is offering something very special as well. He's offering a destination which is to Goloka Vrindavan. Shishi Kodanitai Maya Pashashi Ki Jai. Pujari ji. So that's something special. Because if you're not aware that there is destinations, it's not that when you die, that's it, finished. But the soul goes somewhere else, depending on what you're thinking of at the time of death. Yam yam papi smaram bhavam. Whatever you remember, that's the state you attain. So hopefully if you're remembering something spiritual, then you can go to Vaikuntha. But even better than Vaikuntha, Vaikuntha is this painting here in the corner of the temple room. So that hole in the clouds, that's Vaikuntha. And then right in the very center where Krishna is, that's Goloka. So that's the center. And then the different planets around Goloka are the Vaikuntha. And then those rays coming out, they're the souls leaving or the souls going back where they belong. So Lord Chaitanya is saying, okay, wherever you came from, I'm offering you to come back to Goloka. All you have to do is very, very simple. What is it you have to do? Chant. Anything in particular? Manchester United. Is that the one? No? We have to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now somebody may be thinking, well, that's okay. So we do it, we've done it. So now there's no problem. Everything's fine. Where's the prasadam? And Haribol. But the problem is, the reason why we chant so much, we chant 108 times 16 every day. Why do we chant that much? When you could ask the question, why does a man who's blindfolded have to shoot the gun so many times to try and hit the target? The reason why is because most of the time when he's shooting, he's missing. So the reason why we chant Hare Krishna so much is because we're trying to chant one pure name. That's all we need, one pure name. But of course, when you chant one pure name, then you can't stop, because one pure name is so good. Shri Krishna Nama Charitadi Sitapya Vijay. It's sweet like Sita. It's sweet, although for one who's afflicted by ignorance, everything tastes sour. Not just the holy name tastes sour, even Manchester United tastes sour, Coca-Cola tastes sour, the latest film, everything is sour actually. It only starts to taste sweet if we can chant this holy name. And Rupa Goswami says it's very wonderful. It's simply by carefully chanting. So it has to be carefully chanted. It can't be, this is not working. I've been chanting now for 30 seconds and I don't feel any of this. Doesn't seem to be working at all, you know. So we chant a lot because we're trying to do one pure name. And the pure name is done with no other thought going on in the mind. So when it's Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Did everyone do that with no other thought? Or was someone thinking, oh, he's doing it again. He's already said Hare Krishna once, here we go again. Or when's the feast? Or it's too hot in here. Or there's too many in here. Or the temple room's not big enough. There's so many other thoughts, isn't it, that can come in now. So if we can just chant once with no other thought, and it's so powerful because that name will transport you like a vehicle. Mantra is like a vehicle made out of sound. And the consciousness, the challenge is, can you climb inside that mantra? Because that mantra will take you straight to Goloka Vrindavan, straight to Radharani and Krishna. If you can just hear it with nothing else, that's the challenge. Can you do that? And it doesn't get any easier. Shiv Ramanuj was just saying recently, one of our spiritual teachers, he said, that's as easy as it gets. It can't. Lord Chaitanya, it's like Lord Chaitanya is bent over backwards so far that he's come up on the other side. That's as easy as he can make it. You just need to chant this and not think of anything else. And it's referred to as being like a key. So if you have a key and you want to put it inside the lock, then you need all the little bits in the key. If you're putting the key in the lock and then a bit of it snaps off, and you're saying Hare Krishna, Hare, oh yeah, I need to sew my socks. Yeah, Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama. Then the key is broken. Then it doesn't. But if you can say the whole mantra with full absorption, then you can unlock. Then you can get out the samsara, the wheel of birth and death, and break free from the false ego, which is identifying with the body. Srila Prabhupada explains that the sound vibration of the holy name dissolves the false ego. So what dissolves something? Generally we see things getting dissolved in acid, isn't it? You take something, you throw it in a jar of acid and we watch it dissolve. So for the false ego, the Maha Mantra chanted purely is like acid. and it eats away, erodes this false ego. And when the false ego is gone, then we're like an old coconut. How are we like an old coconut? Because if you have a coconut long enough, when you shake it, it rattles. So the flesh is inside, but it's not touching anymore. So when you're chanting the holy name purely, there's no false ego. You're inside the body, rattling about, but you're no longer attached to the body. You're in it, driving it around like a vehicle, but you're no longer attached to the body. You know that the body isn't you. Which is a big relief, actually, especially as you get older. As you're getting older, it's not so much fun, actually, to identify with the body. The little springs in the knees start to go. And when you get down, you're not sure if you can get up again. And it all starts to go south. Everything goes south. Eventually, everything starts decomposing. If you look in your room, every day we have to dust our rooms. And that dust is skin that's come off the body, because the body is decomposing all the time. So we're in the body and we're identifying with the body. And at first, when you're young, it seems fine. It's, you know, the body's springy, it's fun, you can do things with it. And then as you go on, you start realizing, okay, this is a big problem. I need to break free from identifying with the body. So Lord Chaitanya is giving us the Maha Mantra, and also he's empowering the Maha Mantra. So when we're chanting, like Sri Ram was making a nice point, there needs to be that gratitude, that attitude of gratitude, if we want to access the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have to appreciate, we have to at least have that knowledge to understand how rare the opportunity is, how wonderful the gift is that we're being offered, and then to take the gift, you know. If somebody throws a rope down to you in a well, and the well's very unpleasant, so very dark and smelly and damp and scary, and all you have to do is grab that rope and hold on for dear life. And if you do, then you'll get dragged out of the well. So Bhaktisiddhanta, Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, he used to say, you have to at least have a very tight grip on this holy name, and then it can pull you out. Otherwise, if you let go and you divert your attention, or you lose your appreciation for the value of what it is, the significance of what it is that you're being offered, you lose that opportunity. And you lose that mercy that Lord Chaitanya is extending to everybody. So it's a serious thing, really. You can't be casual about getting out of a well. You know, first of all, you have to become aware that you don't want to be in the well. Because some people are at the bottom of the well, and they've got a TV there, and they're wallpapering the well. And they're thinking, it's not such a bad place, really. You know, I've got this heater, everything's good. I've got plenty of toilet roll. I should be fine, you know, plenty of tins of beans. Actually being at the bottom of the well isn't such a problem. And then the rope comes down and no, I don't need the rope. It's okay. I'm fine here, you know. So the first thing is to realize it's not a good place to be, at the bottom of the well. And then the next thing to realize is, oh, look, there's a rope. If I grab that rope, somebody on the other end is going to pull me out. Okay. And then we commit. When you grab a rope and you're getting pulled up, you commit to staying hold of that rope, you know. So for us, we take Diksha, initiation, and it means we commit to chanting, and we commit to avoiding sinful activities, illicit sex, intoxication, eating meat, and gambling. So every day we recommit, we re-grip that rope, and we follow those principles, and we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and we get tugged up another inch, and another inch, and another inch, and another inch. And then after, in my case, 40 years, I start realizing I'm quite deep down in that well, because I've been going up an inch every day, and it still looks like, actually there's a bit more light coming at the end of the tunnel now. But the first thing is, let's understand that we are in the well, and that it's not a pleasant place, and that we need to get out. And then try grabbing hold of the rope and see where a difference it makes to follow the 4 principles and to chant Hare Krishna on a daily basis and see the change it makes. If it's not making a change, then we're not chanting properly. What time have I got? Is it 6 o'clock? Finish? 6:05. I've got another 5 minutes. Okay. So this is just a few gems I wanted to share with you from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So this is quite interesting, actually. A devotee of Vishnu is a Vaishnava. A devotee of Krishna is a Karshana. Anyone familiar with that word? Karshana? Karshana? Yeah, Karshana. And a devotee of Radha is a Gaudiya. So our line, we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, so we're devotees of Radharani. And so Lord Chaitanya is especially giving us, through the Maha Mantra, the shelter of Srimati Radharani. So, he says, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, he says, Mahaprabhu, who's Lord Chaitanya, may release all the misfortunes of the universe upon me millions of times so that I will worship him. I am ready for that with all my senses. Accepting those calamities, I surrender to his lotus feet, thinking he is protecting me, drawing me toward his lotus feet. He is most merciful to remove my duplicity. He is not allowing me to enjoy my senses. He is making me understand that other than his lotus feet, there is no eternal object of which to take refuge in this world. I am bearing the weight of heavy karmic reactions due to my past actions. If I endure these with a little sufferance and take refuge in my eternal Lord, I will find actual benefit. Whatever drawback may come, we will accept it as the Lord's manifesting in the form of mercy. It defies description how much Sri Chaitanya has arranged for our welfare. We are on the path of material enjoyment. To open our eyes, he orchestrates that certain obstacles appear, stage by stage, among the objects of attachment. He gave me bad health, and step by step gave me accidents. He gave a specific transitory nature to all things to help others on the spiritual path. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki. Okay, so I'll finish there. Thank you very much for your kind attendance. Hare Krishna.
The next part of the program is a bhajan by Vaidehi, Gauranga Karuna Karo.
Gauranga Karuna. Prabhu, nahi tribhuvane. Dante Trinadari Gaura, Kake Tomara. Kripa kori eso আমার হৃদয়ে মন্দিরে যারে দয়া না করে পতিতা দুঃখিয়া Patita pavana nama kisare lagiya পড়েছি ভাবা তুফানে নাহি কানস্তারা श्रीचरण तरनिधाने दासे करो पारा श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दासे अनुदासा प्रार्थना करिए सदा नरोत्तम दासा औरंग करुणा करो दिनाहे न जाने Mosana patita Prabhu nahi tribhuvane Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Mahaprabhu ki jai. Narottam Das Thakur ki jai.
Actually, there's a change in program, and like we had a dance now, but however, I thought like it's easier to keep a song and then dance. Yeah. And now the next part of the program is Parama Karuna Bhajan by Rupeshwari Mataji. Thank you.
Parama Karuna Pahudui Jana Nitai Gaura Chandra 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 Parama Karuna Pahudui Jana Nitai Gaura Chandra. Sabavatar Sar Shiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda Sabavatar Sar Shiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda Sabavatar Sar
शिरोमणि केवल आनंद कंदा सब अवतार सार शिरोमणि केवल आनंद कंदा परम करुणा पाहु दुई जन निताई गौरचंद्र भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य निताय सुदृढ़ विश्वास कोरी भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य निताय सुदृढ़ विश्वास कोरी विषय छाड़िया सेरा से माझिया मुखे बोलो हरि हरि विषय छाड़िया सेरा से माझिया मुखे बोलो हरि हरि विषय छाड़िया सेरा से माझिया मुखे बोलो हरि हरि विषय छाड़िया सेरा से माझिया मुखे बोलो हरि हरि देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवन नाय ए मनो दयाल दाता देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवन नाय ए मनो दयाल दाता पशु पक्षी झूरे पाषाण विधारे सुनि जार गुण गाथा पशु पक्षी झूरे पाषाण विधारे सुनि जार गुण गाथा पशु पक्षी झूरे पाषाण विधारे सुनि जार गुण गाथा पशु पक्षी झूरे पाषाण विधारे सुनि जार गुण गाथा संसारे माझिया रोहिली पोड़िया से पदे नाहिलो आशा संसारे माझिया रोहिली पोड़िया से पदे नाहिलो आशा अपना करामा भुजाए समाना कहो ये लोचन दासा 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 परम करुणा पाहु दुई जन निताई गौरचंद्र परम करुणा पाहु दुई जन निताई गौरचंद्र सब अवतार सार शिरोमणि केवल आनंद कंदा 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Parama Karuna Pahudui Jana Nitai Gaurachandra Parama Pahudui Jana Nitai Gaurachandra. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki, Shri Lochan Das Prabhu ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
That was a lovely kirtan. Before we go into Gaura Arati, there is a dance performance by Arohi and Pranati. I need some space in this area, so we'll just make a space just now. Thank you.
नवगारवरं नवपुष्पसरं नवभावधरं नवलास्यपरं नवहास्यकरं नवदेववरं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरम् नवप्रेमयुतं नवनीतसुचं नववेषकृतं नवप्रेमरसं नवधा विलसात् शुभप्रेममयं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरम् हरिभक्तिकरं हरिनामकरं करजाप्यकरं हरिनामपदं नयने सततं प्रणयाश्रुधरम् प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरम् गौरवरम् निज भक्तिकरं प्रियसाधकरम् नटनर्तन नागर राजकुलम् कुलकामिनि मानसलास्यकरम् प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरम्
That was a nice dance. Thank you, Arohi and Pranati. We still got like 4 minutes for Gaura Arati. I'll take the opportunity to go through some screens about how you can support and donate Karuna Bhavan. I'm going to ask Ashish Prabhu to display something. I'm going to read this shloka from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, verse 20. Waiting for it to load so everyone can see. Thank you. Not very good at singing, so I'm just going to just read it. Yeah. Datavyam, sorry. Datavyam itya danam vyate anupakarine deshe kale cha patre cha tat danam satvikam smritam. I'm going to read the translation. Charity given out of duty without expectation of return at the proper time and place and to a worthy person is considered to be in the mode of goodness. And this is from Lord Shri Krishna. And the purport by our Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. In the Vedic literature, charity given to a person engaged in spiritual activities is recommended. There is no recommendation for giving charity indiscriminately. Spiritual perfection is always a consideration. Therefore, charity is recommended to be given at the place of pilgrimage and at lunar or solar eclipse or at the end of the month or to be a qualified Brahmana or a Vaishnava or devotee or in temples. Such charity should be given without any consideration of return. Charity to the poor is sometimes given out of compassion, but if a poor man is not worthy giving charity to, then there is no spiritual advantage. In other words, indiscriminate charity is not recommended in the Vedic. 1 minute. So I would like to say that there are many ways you can support Karuna Bhavan. Ashish Prabhu will display some web pages, like you can become a patron, you can do a one-off donation, or you could, care protection, or you could bring some gifts, like that's our culture in the old days, like when you go and you take a Krishna is not looking for anything. He's an absolute, absolute God. However, if there is anything you give out of love, as earlier mentioned by Prabhu's, some of the talks, that Krishna will accept it as long as you give with love and donation. Love and affection. So please make sure, if you can support the temple in any way, you are more than welcome to support us. I hope you are enjoying the program, and now we are heading to Gaura Arati, and it's going to be Adokshika Krishnadas Prabhu going to lead us for Gaura Arati. Thank you.
Shishi Kodanitai Mayapushashi ki. Shri Tausinath Maharaj ki jai. Shri Giridharila ki jai. Shri Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki jai. Go Premanande Haribo. Jaya Jaya Gaura Chandra Aroti Ke Shobha. Hima Jaya Jaya Gaura Chandra Aroti Ke Shobha. Dakini Tai Chan Mame Gadadhara Dakini Ikate Advaita Srini Vasa Chatradara Vikate Advaita Srini Vasa Chatradara Bose Ache Gaura Chan Ratna Singha Shani Bose Ache Gaura Chan Ratna Singha Shani Ratna Singha Shani Aroti Korena Brahma Adi Devagani Narari Adi Kori Chamaraduraya Narari Adi Chamaradulaya Sanyaya Mukandavasu Gosharigaya Sanyaya Mukandavasu Gosharigaya Shankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Shankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Madhurya Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala Madhurya Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala Baho Koti Chandrajini Vadana Ujala Baho Koti Chandrajini Vadana Ujala Chandrajini Gala Deshi Banamala Kore Jalamala Gala Deshi Banamala Kore Jalamala Shiva Shukanarada Preme Gadagara Shiva Shukanarada Preme Gadagara Bhakati Vinoda Deke Kolara Sampada Bhakati Vinoda Deke Kolara Sampada Shiva Jaya Ora Chandre Adotika Shobha Jana Vitata Bhane Jaga Manaloma Gauranye Arotik Shobha Jaga Jana Manaloma Gauranye Arotik Shobha Jaga Jana Manaloma Shankha Bhaje, Ganta Bhaje, Madhu, Madhu, Madhu Bhaje. Madhu, Madhu, Madhu Bhaje. Madhu, Madhu, Madhu Bhaje. Haribo, Haribo, Nitha Gaura Haribo. Whoa! Nitha Gaura Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo. Nitha Gaura Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Oh Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Rama Rama. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Guru! Nitai go Hari Bo, Hari Ba, Hari Ba, go Hari Ba. Nitai go Hari Ba, Hari Ba, Hari Ba, Hari Ba. Nitai go Hari Ba. Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo. Go, Premanandi, Hare Bo. Jayam Vishnupad, Paramahamsa, Parivrajaka, Ashatara Shishimad, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Shri Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai, Prem Sakoshi Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivas Adi Gaura Bhaktarinda Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopakapana, Shamakun Radhakun Giri Govardhana Ki Jai, Gangamai Jamunamai Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, Shri Brihadmaranga Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Shri Krunabhavan Dham Ki Jai, Shri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Shri Kaurnitai Mayapur Shashi Ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi Hariva. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Hiranyakashipu Rakshaha Shilatankanakaraye Ito Nisingha Parato Nisingo Yato Yato Yamitato Nisingha Pahir Nisingho Hridaye Nisingho
Singamadim Sharanam Prapaje. Avakara Kamalavare Nakam Advuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Anubringam Keshavadrita Narahadi Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Nisingadev, Jaya Nisingadev, Nisingadev, Jaya Nisingadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Shri Nisingdev Bhagavan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Shri Kodnitai Mahaprashashi ki, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Shri Gaura Purnima Mahotsav ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Could someone pop the light on, please? Thank you very much. So I'd just like to thank everyone for taking part in this wonderful celebration of glorifying Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we'd like to thank a few people in particular, all of you to start with. But today's feast, which you're about to partake of, was sponsored by Ash and Prema, wasn't it? Thank you. Thank you again. And today's outfit was sponsored by Pradyumna Prabhu, who's in San Diego. He's coming back here soon. And so thanks, Pradyumna. We sent him. And my wife made the outfits, and Karshni made the garlands. She took about 10 hours making the garlands. Not because she's slow, but because she's very meticulous. And we'd like to thank Jagannath Priya, Ishan, Ragamanjari, and Vishwambar Gauranga, and Rupeshwari Mataji. And if I missed anyone else out, I think that's everyone that was in the kitchen. Anyone else? Premamrita. Okay, sorry. Thank you. So there was, thank everyone for cooking the feast for the deities and for the devotees this evening. And let's see. Whoever made the vases, I'm not sure. Was that Jagannath Priya? She did a wonderful job of that. And I would like to thank all the children for the wonderful activities they did today, the dramas, the the amazing lecture that Sriram gave, the bhajans and the flute playing, and so many other wonderful things. Every time we have a festival, it's just getting better and better, stirring the nectar up. So the shop is opened. Dilip Prabhu's in the shop, isn't he? Patiently waiting on you coming to see all the new goodies that he's got there for you to enhance your transcendental devotional life. So please go and take prasad now. If you're here for the first time, then very warm welcome to you, and please come again. We'd like to ask Adikavi and Tiago just to come forward. If you're new to here and you're from Glasgow, then Adikavi, the champion, the yellow kurta, he's the man to see for any programs we're doing in Glasgow. We have regular things going on there. And for those who are from Edinburgh here for the first time, or not, then Tiago here, he can plug you into any programs in Edinburgh. Please connect with him, and he'll let you know. We just did a program in Edinburgh yesterday, and I think there was one in Mataji's house the day before. So there's lots of things going on, apart from just the temple here. So Glasgow and Edinburgh, these are your men. And if you're from somewhere else other than Glasgow and Edinburgh, then just see myself. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Kodnitai Mapishashi ki, Shri Gaura Purnima Mahamotsava ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande Haribo.